Hello, the purpose of this video module is to look at Foglight Experience Viewer metrics over a period of time to see if there's any anomalies that happen either the night before or the week before. So I'll show you a couple easy ways that we can navigate in to do this. So the first way, if you come into End User and under Foglight Experience Viewer, you can look at FXV hit filters. Now hit filters are any filters that have been created on any of the pages. So there's two different types of filters. There's a transaction filter, and the transaction filter here called checkout, and it has certain metrics on checkout. So what you'll see is there's an order placed metric, there's a shipping metric, and these are basic counts. So it'll tell you how many times over the last, whatever our time range is set to, over the last 4 hours or 24 hours or 8 hours, it will tell you what the counts were for that add to cart event, or the shipping event, or the orders placed event. And what we can also do is get dollar amounts. So you'll see there's an order value, and we're also tracking order value as a metric. And these different metrics, as they're tracked over time, you'll see certain alerts on them. So there are alert thresholds set out of the box, and the out of the box alerts will either send emails or just alert like it is now when there's standard deviation variations on the metric. So this one has a hard count where it says the lost sale count has exceeded its threshold of 1. But there can also be rules where we look at standard deviations. Let's see if we have one of those on the checkout errors. Now these are all basic, these are all hard set rules where you just put a threshold of 1. And this is the default out of the box rule where it talks about a standard deviation. So the drop-off exceeds 1.5 standard deviations from the established historical norm, and this would be the default for that. And we'll email you alerts on these, so if you put your name in as the administrator, you will receive alerts on any of these deviations. And this is a pretty good way to look at the different things like the error counts. So if we're looking at the different error counts that come in, or we're looking at the 404 and the 500 counts, all those different measurements, you're going to be able to go ahead and alert on the standard deviations, because every site's going to have 404s, every site's going to have 500 errors, but it's just a matter of how many. So the 404 count here is pretty steady, so we're green right now. If there was a big jump or a big drop off in the number of 404s, that would cause an alert condition and email you. Okay, so this is a way to browse all the metrics that are available for replay. Once you see a problem or you need more information on any one of these metrics, you can drill down. By drilling down, it'll open up a chart that brings you into the time range that you have selected. So I can look at a time range of anywhere from 4 hours, which is the default, all the way up to several days to see the metric information over time. And then what I can do is drill in on that information, and eventually it'll lead you down. First it'll take you down to the metadata. So by clicking on the 404 count, I see all the individual hits and all the individual sessions that had the 404, and I can click on any one of these and it'll show me the page that the 404 happened on. So this is a 404 page, and this is right after this is the page they were on. So they were on this patient's page right here, and then there was a 404 for this image. Okay, so that'll show you that this is the refer for the image, and then you'll know the page that the image was on where the image broke. Okay, so any one of these, this is just a lead-in from a 404 count, but any one of these different metrics that you have, you can drill in. Any one of the filters you created, you can drill down to see the individual sessions. So the metadata that's available here for these sessions, we have the URL, and I could add or take away from this metadata based on what you told it to store. So all these are custom fields that you can tell it to store for each of the different hits. What I can do with this metadata is I can take these results and export them out to Excel and do all kinds of pivots on them. I can do searches on any of the columns. So this way I can stack them up and see, in this case, maybe which one was the worst performing. It really doesn't make sense here. or sort by the different types. So this way you'll have a lot of information on all the sessions before you go down to the replay. Now another use case here, instead of coming at it this way, this is a way to just a general browsing of all the metrics that are available for everything that's been configured in the viewer, all the different filters. Now another approach would be I'm interested in certain things and I'm going to look at those certain things every morning. Now the way that I can do that is I can create my own dashboard. And when I create my own dashboard, I'm just going to call this Daily Metric Browse. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to selectively choose what I want on my dashboard. So if I go to Data, and this is one way to go in, I can look at either the transactions that I want or the special analytics. And the analytics are basically a listing of all the different filters that you've created. So let's say I'm watching I've created some filters to watch an ad campaign, and I have different coupons. So what I want to do is I want to drag my coupon onto this back plane, and I could select I'll select this one as a view. And there's going to be a couple different options available for how you view this. If I put this down, it would just show me the range over time. And if I want a little bit of a different view, I can drill down into my general access, analytics summary, and I can create that chart there. Now this is just a basic coupon count, and also I have the drill downs here, so if I drill down on any of these lines, it would take me to the same replay as before. Now I want to use this same box here to represent some other metrics. So in addition to the coupon count, I can have this coupon free TV count, and I can drag this on top of this little grouping window. And again, you can go as wide as you want there. So let's just pick another coupon here. If I drag that on, it's going to wrap it for me. And I could even come up and rename this view, and I can edit properties, and I could name the title here. Instead of analytics summary, I'll just call this coupon campaign. Now these are grouped the way I wanted them in this little coupon campaign box. If I wanted to, I can add another one. So let's say I wanted to add another one, and I just want to look at the different shipping counts. So I want to look at performance. So I want to look at my Q-commerce shipping count. Okay, use the previous selection. I'm going to use the same type of view. And then next to the shipping count, I can add another metric, and in that same window, and then I can go ahead and name the title the same thing. So I think you get the picture here, that you can just drop these different metrics that you want so that you can watch them on a daily basis. And this is a smaller window with a 1024 by 768 resolution, but as you can imagine, you can add a lot of these different counts on there. Just real quickly, if you wanted to represent these differently, there's also the possibilities of doing that. So let's say I wanted my add to cart hits, and I could select a view here. I'll use the metrics view, and these are different ways that you can present the add to cart hits. So what I'll do is I'll present the add to cart hits like this with this chart, and then what I want to do is I want to overlay those add to cart hits with the number of, let's see, we'll go with the number of basket update errors. Okay, so what we can do with the basket update errors is we can overlay that, and what I'd have to do is get the count out of here and overlay that on top of this one. So this will give you a way to represent the two metrics on one chart so that you can see differences. So this is really good with the count value or with some type of error count. This is a daily way that you can browse these metrics and see what they look like and how they change and what alerts are on them. Thank you for attending.